Hello and welcome to the course on C Programming Learn to Code series. This is the fourth lecture of Unit 3, and in this lecture we will discuss about nested if-else statement. To make you feel about the concept of nested if-else, I have taken a simple example which is shown in this figure. So if you notice this figure, it can easily be understood that there are two decisions involved, but let us first read out this example. You will able to understand what I am talking about. This is a student. He is a student. He wanted to go to the university, and he is thinking something like this: if I go to the university, again he is thinking if there is no class, I'll do my project work, and else I will attend the class. If I'm not going to the university at all, then I'll do my project work. Okay, so from this you can easily notice there are two decisions involved. One decision is either you are going to the university. Second decision is whether the classes are going or not going, or that means the classes are happening or not. But the second decision is purely depend upon the first decision, where whether you are going to the university or not. So this kind of situation, when one decision is depend upon the execution of other decision, then this decision, there is no class, this particular decision will be nested inside the outer decision. So that means if you are going to the university, that is one decision. Means if you have decided to go to the university and you reached the university and you found that there is no class, then you are started doing your project work. So this is nested inside this decision. So this type of concept is called your nested if-else statement. Okay, and if you are not at all going to the university, obviously you will do your project work in home. So that is the situation that we are going to discuss today. So that is the concept of nested if-else. I hope you understand from this figure what I am talking about. So let us go in a programmatical way. If you remember, this is the structure of your control statements that is present in your C programming or provided by your C programming language. And we have already discussed about your if statement. This is completed. If else statement, this is also completed. And in this lecture we will talk about this nested if else, and I have already explained what exactly the nested if else statement is. Now the first thing is first, so we should understand the syntax of writing the if else statement. So you can notice here, in this box I am specifying the syntax of the nested if else, and this is the flow control, or we can say flow chart of that particular nested if else structure. Purely it is written that if this condition is satisfied, if this condition is satisfied, if condition, then this is the body of the if statement. Okay, again the body itself contain another if statement over here. So that means the entire if else statement, if you see, this is the body itself is a if else statement, where if this condition becomes satisfied, this statement gets executed, and if the condition is false, then obviously this statement gets executed. Okay, so this is a simple if else structure which is present inside another if condition. That means to execute the inner body, the outer condition need to be satisfied. If the outer condition is false, then the control never enter into the body of this if statement, and the entire statement will not be executed. So this type of situation is actually called the nested if else statement. That means one if else condition is coming inside the scope of another if condition. Okay, so the scope of the outer if statement is this. So inside this scope, if some another if else statement came, then that concept is called your nested if else. So you can see here the flowchart where the outer condition, that is test expression, is first checked for its truthness. If it is true, if the outer condition is true, again you need to check another condition which is present inside the body of that test expression or the outer if statement. So again a test condition will be checked. If it is true, some statements get executed. If it is false, then some statement gets executed. And this part, you can notice here, this part is actually nested, or it can depend on this condition need to be satisfied. And if the condition itself not satisfied, the outer condition, then it come to the else part of your outer condition. So this is how the nested if else structure works. What I'm going to do is I'm going to solve some of the problem which will take the help of this nested if else statement and solving it. So let us open the VS Code and start doing programming. So now I'm opening the VS Code. So the first program that I'm going to do today is finding out bigger number among two number. But the thing is, while I'm finding out the bigger number among two number, I would like to check whether both the number entered by the user is similar or not. If it is similar, then no need to check which one is bigger or which one is smaller. So first of all, I'll check whether they both are similar number or not. If they are not similar, then I will check whether which one is bigger among them. Okay. So the program that I'm going to do is write a program to check a number is bigger or not. Okay, or we can say bigger number among two number. Write a program to check a number is bigger or not. Bigger or not. Bigger, similar, bigger or not. That is okay, fine. Okay, so to do that, what I'm going to do is I'll first include stdio.h, then void main. Obviously you can use int main also, and if you are using int main, then you need to write the return 0 statement at the last line of the void main statements. Okay, so to check whether a number is bigger or not, we need to take two number, int a, b. Okay, so I have taken two number. Finally, we have to ask the user to enter values for this two number. Enter two integers. Okay, semicolon, then scanf %d, comma, %a, %b, bracket close, semicolon. Okay, so I got two number for a and b. Now what I'm going to do is I will only check if both the number entered by the user is dissimilar. If it is similar, so we should not check it whether which one is bigger and which one is smaller. So what I'm going to do is I will check whether a dissimilar number is given to us or not. If it is a dissimilar number, then only I'll go for checking whether which number is bigger. So what I'm going to do is I will write if a is not equal to b. That means it should not be similar. Okay, if this condition is satisfied, then only I will check whether the given means which number among the two number is bigger. So what I'm going to check is if both are dissimilar, then only I'll go. So if a greater than b, then what I'm going to do is I'll check means I will print that a is bigger, obviously. So printf %d is big. So I'm going to write the a value over here. So that means a is bigger, because if a greater than b condition is satisfied, sorry, a must be big, else I don't require this curly braces to be present because there are only one statement to be executed. So I'll write directly printf percentage d is big. Okay, so we can put comma and put b over here, because if a is not greater than b, obviously b is greater than a. Okay, fine. So this is this part. You can notice here that from this to this, if a greater than b, printf percentage d is big, else percentage d is big. This part is nested inside this if statement. Okay, so this is the concept of nested if else. Now if somebody has entered both the number as similar number, that means they have entered 5 for a and 5 for b, in that case both are similar, so there will be no bigger number among both the numbers. Actually they are similar, so I need to display that both are similar. So if a is not equal to b, that means both are similar, the similar number has been given. So what I'm going to do is I'll write the else part of the outer if statement, and I'll put here that printf both the number are similar, both the number are similar. Okay, so that's all about your program. That means how to find a bigger number among two number, check a number is bigger or it is similar with the other number. So that program is end. Now let me run this program and show you what is the output of this program. So if I'll run it, the program will asking us about two number. Let us enter two number, let's say 45 then 35. So 45 is big. Now let me change the number, so that is, let's say 76 then 98. So 98 is big. Now let us try a similar number. Suppose I'll give 54 and 54, then both the number are similar. So I hope you understand this thing, but let us take one by one execution and try to understand how it is executed uh, according to this program. So to do that, I'll use the pen tool over here. You can see the first input is 45 and 35. So A having 45 and B is having 35. Now he is checking 45 is not equal to 35. This is true, because obviously 45 is not equal to 35. That means both are not similar. So he is entering into the control enter into the if statement. Now again he found another statement that is checking whether A is greater than or B or not. So according to this example, 45 is greater than 35. That is why the condition again satisfied. That's why this statement gets executed and it will print 45 is big. So you can see the answer over here. In the second case, the other way is happening. So that means in the second case, the value of A is 76 and the value of B is 98. So in that case, what will happen? So 76 is the value of A, 98 is the value of B. So 76 is not equal to 98. Condition is again satisfied because both are not similar. Now it is checking 76 is greater than 98, which is obviously not. So the else part gets executed and it is showing that percentage d is big, which is nothing but 98 is big, so which is shown over here. And finally the third one, so the third one showing that the numbers are similar, that is 54 and 54, and according to this condition, for 54 is not equal to 54, the condition itself false. So as the condition becomes false, it came out from this if and goes to the else part, and this line gets executed and it's showing both the number are similar. Okay, so this is one question that I have solved with respect to your nested if else statement. Now I'm going to show you another example with nested if else statement, but that example that I have already covered in your algorithm part, where I have solved the program, solved an algorithm that is called biggest number among three number. So that I'm going to write in a C programming language. I'm not going to explain the detail of it. You have to go to that that program or that lecture. You can find out the detail over there, the discussion over there. But still, you will not be dissatisfied with the explanation over here too. So let me solve another problem. The problem is write a program to find bigger number among three number. Okay, so let us start that program. So first of all, I'll write has include stdio.h. then I need to write void main. Then I'll take three number over here, so int a, b, c. So I need to take three number because I want to check bigger number among three numbers. So printf enter three number, three integers, I can say three integers, so semicolon, then scanf %d, %d, comma, ampersand a, comma, ampersand b, comma, ampersand c. So that's all about taking the number, that is three number I have to take. So first of all, here also I am going to use that nested if else condition to solve this problem. So first of all, I need to check whether a is greater than b or not. A greater than b or not. If this condition is satisfied, that means if a is greater than b, then I need to check whether a is greater than c or not. Then only I can say that a is bigger. Okay, so I'll check again if a greater than c or not. Okay, so finally, if a greater than b and a greater than c, then I can easily say that a is bigger. So I'll write %d, that is big, so that means a is big. Okay, fine. If this condition is not satisfied, that means a has already been bigger than b but a is smaller than c, then I can easily say c is bigger than a and b, because a is bigger than b but a is smaller than c. That means what? That means c is big. That is why inside the else part, what I'm going to do is I'll write c is big over here, because a is already big than b but a is smaller than c. That is why I'll write printf %d is big. Okay, so %d is big means c is big. Okay, so you can notice here that here I have already used that nested if else condition, because you can notice this if else is already present inside this if condition, so which is following the concept of nested if else. Okay, so the initial condition, which is written as a is greater than b, it might be true or it might be false. If it is true, then this part gets executed and we'll get the correct result. But assume that the first condition is itself false, that is a is not greater than b, that means b is greater than a. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this part I will write inside the else statement. So if a is not greater than b, then what will happen? If a is not greater than b, then obviously b is greater than a. Okay, so I need to check whether b is greater than c or not, right? So if b is greater than c, then what I'm going to do is I'll printf b is big, obviously, so %d is big, so I need to write b here. Okay, so now b is big. Why? Because a is greater than b is false, that means b is already greater than a. Now b is also greater than c, that means obviously b is big. But assume this situation where a is greater than b is false, that means b is already greater than b is already greater than b but b is not greater than c. What will happen? C is big, so that means I should write else, so I don't require this curly braces again because I have only one statement. So I'll write printf c is big, that is %d is big. So I need to write here C. Okay, so you just try to understand the situation again so that you will be more clear about the statements. I have already written the program. Now I can see you got three number A, B, C, where A is greater than B and A is greater than C. So we can easily say that A is big. But if A is greater than B but A is not greater than C, then you can easily say C is big. So this part I think it is clear. But assume that A is not greater than B. If A is not greater than B, then what will happen? B is big, is not it? So if B is big, we need to check whether B is greater than C or not. If B is greater than C, then B is bigger among A and C. But B is not greater than B, but B is not greater than C. Then who is bigger? C is bigger. Okay. So to understand it more, you can go to that algorithm part. There I have also discussed this one. So if you are a sequence reader, means you have already watched all the other videos. I hope you understand this thing in a clear manner. Okay, anyway, let's run this program. Let us run it and check it whether our program is giving some output, correct output or not. So if I'll run this program and he is asking enter three number, let's say 23, 45, 67. So you can see 67 is big. Let me run this program again. So that will be 56, then 87, then 23. 87 is big. Then if I run this again, let's say 98, then 45, then 32, then it's showing 98 is big. So I have run it three times by making bigger number from A to C. So you can see the program is giving correct output. I hope you understand the entire thing, but still if you have any doubt and you want a more explanation on this program, then you can obviously send your comment on the comment section. That's all for today. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.